What is going on, guys? How are we doing? I am stoked. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subs. We got there really quick. All of a sudden it just took off, and it's getting a bit crazy. So I got my notification the other day, welcome to YouTube partnership. You've gained 1,000 subs. Can't wait to see where this goes from here. So today we're going to be working on the Turbo VY LS1. I've done a little bit already. I moved my coils up to here. They were actually under where the AC used to be. But what I noticed is in that last video, some of you guys might have seen the mountain drives we're doing in the wet spots of the mountain. After I come back, go to start it up the next morning, I always have an intermittent misfire. I'm hoping that it's because the coils are down low and maybe they got a bit wet. So hopefully that rectifies that. And then another thing we're going to be working on today that's probably going to be in the title, and you guys are already going batshit for it. We're putting a two-step back into the car. So before I had a Lingenfelter launch control or two-step box, whatever you want to call it. I actually gave that away to a mate that works for Rocket Industries. He was kind enough to send me some hose couplers and the pod filter and stuff for this build in return, which is awesome. Thanks, Pat, you're a legend. So we are going to be putting in an MSD two-step box this time. I'm gathering that it's going to be basically the same. You're going to have coil in, coil out. Then you're going to have either a positive trigger that you're going to run off of like your clutch pedal or something like that. Then you're actually going to have a ground trigger. You don't run both, you'll only run one or the other depending on what you're going to be using to trigger it. For me, I'm probably going to be using the clutch trigger. That's going to be run to a switch. So I'll have an ignition source coming in to the switch, then the switch running power to the clutch pedal switch, and then it'll run over to the MSD box. So if the ignition isn't on, MSD doesn't work. If the ignition's on but the manual switch isn't on, MSD doesn't work. That way I'm able to drive the car as normal. I'm able to clutch as normal without it worrying it's going to turn the two-step on, which could cause God knows what. So that's how it's going to be wired in. I'm going to do all the real boring shit, get it done for you guys, and then we'll go and try it out, have some fun. Okay, so we're pretty much halfway through installing. I've run the lead connectors. They have one that's slightly longer than the other, which is really good if you want to hang the MSD coil box over to that side or this side, whatever. It actually fits really nice because one side of the coil connectors is longer than the other. So I got mine running up across the back, and then I've just run some screws into the little plastic cover there, and it's sitting nice and tidy. Down behind, don't know if you're really going to be able to see in there, but down behind the wiring there's a grommet that runs through underneath the dash in these Commodores. So I've run the wiring down and through, and I've put a connector, two connectors onto the switch. So that's when the clutch is all the way out, this will be disengaged, so it won't have any power to the MSD box. When the clutch is in, that'll connect the power and she'll two-step till it drop the clutch and off she goes. But yeah, pretty cool. I'll throw this back in there. We'll wire up this end and then try her out. Alright, I've done a dry fire run, so a test run, so I don't look like a dummy, and lucky because this clutch switch actually doesn't work the way I thought it did. So with your foot on the floor, like clutch pushed in, this little dick is at full extent, and that's actually a normally open situation. So the two connectors here are disconnected inside. when you let the clutch back up off the floor and this depresses, that's when it closes the contacts. So this will go back in the car as Holden first intended. It's going to go back in as a clutch switch, and I'm going to run a button up on my shifter so I can click the button in, hold it, so, and then let off, and then that way I don't have to let go of the steering wheel or anything like that, or like let go of the shifter when I take off. So I haven't showed you guys either. I fucking snapped my shifter. I don't know if I was being a little too hard on it, but that no longer sits on there, which is a bit of an annoyance. But that just means, I guess, I have to get my sequential from S1 a little sooner than planned. But yeah, I'll get back to it and we'll see where we go from here. Okay, so install is all done. It's all neatened up underneath here. I've run the wiring in underneath the your little knee panel here that has your fuses behind it and stuff like that, and I've got just a good amount of cable on it so that I can run it over and stick it on the shifter when I'm racing and when I need it. I've decided to do it like that to limit my urge and my use of it. Say if I'm sitting in traffic and old boy's got a fucking Subaru BRZ or something next to me and he's hitting his pops, it's to stop me from getting in a shit by going overboard. So just a little momentary button, you click it in, it's on, click it off, it's off, and yeah, just tuck away the excess in underneath the dash and it'll just sit there for when I need it. But yeah, that's the install done. I'll wait for it to go dark a little bit and we'll go and find a spot where I can use it, see if we can catch some flames and make some pops and bangs and just be annoying to the general population, I suppose. Catch up in a sec. So I just tested it out on my lawn just to see if it works. It works. Also, my neighbours now hate me. Old boy is over there cleaning up his garden. I think I've just frightened him half to death. He gave me the Jesus Christ, do you have to? So yeah, sorry bud, if you're seeing this, my bad. So we finally got a cover of darkness. I'm gonna head down to the local industrial area, and we'll set you guys up. I'll do an in-car comparison between free revving and then holding the two steps so we can see what boost levels it actually gets to versus and outside the car, see if we can get some flame shots and some pops and bangs and all that fun stuff. So right away now, I'll get you guys back out when we do get there. Alright, we've made it. Funnily enough, this is actually the same place I did the last video at with the Lingenfelter two-step. So I'll go ahead, give it a good couple of revs, get a bit of RPM in it, and we'll watch just what the boost gets to. If it gets to anything, I can actually, we'll reset the duty cycle so it holds a peak boost value. So at the moment, peak boost is 0.1, which is nothing. So we'll free rev it and see what it gets to. Basically nothing. It only got to 0.3 or something, so we'll go with the button now. Alright, the two-step is active. There you go. 7 pounds. 7 pounds is a lot more boost is going to be worlds different to having to build boost. So I think I'll have to go back and look at the footage, but I think the RPM I've got it set at is about 4,500 RPM, and that's 4,500 is basically right where the car is getting really hard into boost, right where it's about to hit peak boost. So I figured that it's probably a good spot to do it at. But I'll throw you guys outside, get a good couple of clips, and we'll get the heck. Yep, that might be the inside of my muffler. Alrighty, I am getting the heck out of here because that is going to draw some attention. If you like this video, give me that thumbs up. Thank you guys so much again for subscribing. 1,000 subs is nuts. Can't wait to get that to 2,000, 3,000 shit. Who knows where we can go from here. So thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.